Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Uh, uh, I did not have a good start to my day. I nearly road raged, because of stupid people on the road. But hi, Sloth. Hello, Bull. Hello, dear brother of mine. Hi, Dr. Dreads. I had somebody cut me off on the road today in like the stupidest way possible. And yeah, it really pissed me off. But I'm home, safe and sound, and I hope that person steps on a Lego. Dumb fuck. But anyways, happy Friday to you all, or Saturday, wherever you may be. Thank you. Thank you for that, Pat. Sorry, nose is itching. I just want to give a heads up for Monday. I know we were trying to do like rotating Monday streams, but Mako's birthday is coming up, and they want to actually might do something on Monday, so there's a possibility I might not be on. So I just want to give a heads up. So fair warning. So yeah, that might be a possibility. We shall see. We shall see. We might do their birthday dinner on Sunday, but we will see where we're at. So but yeah, I just wanted to give that heads up. But anyways, it's been pretty much a Final Fantasy week, other than Wednesday, like Tuesday. We did our Guild Wars stuff. Mostly because of how my capture card decided to go kaput, and I'm not happy about that. I think it's not so much that it's dead. I think it's just, it's either not compatible with my new video card. Well, it's not that new. It's several months old, but new to me. I think it's just not compatible with either my video card or Windows no longer supports the drivers. We even tried using some older drivers, and it doesn't want to show up in OBS. So yeah, that's what's been happening with my capture card, which is a bummer, because of there is the new Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I'm guessing
update.
They couldn't play test. Hey, Jeff! Have you checked that black box?
We're working hard here.
Check the black box and QA testing.
Oh, God. Oh wait, did I send you the thing today? Hold on. Yeah, I'm not sure what you meant by that. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so like, I need an explanation because I'm a dumbass. I saw it as I was going to bed, but I think Discord is going to make it so you can server boost to host video game servers. Okay. Not sure if that works for me as a streamer, but okay. I do run a server for swords, so maybe that'll count. Maybe it'll count, I don't know. I think swords might be a little too niche for them, but you know, we'll see. It is a gaming server, it is a game, so I can see if it works. But yeah, I don't think as a VTuber, because I play a lot of different games. I'm not sure. You just thought it was neat and spreading. Yeah, I'm just not sure for my VTuber Discord it would count, because I stream a lot of different games, not just specifically one game. Well, most of the time. Also, it might open things up to unsavoring people that I don't want in my channel or in my Discord, So, but I think for like my other Discord, yeah, it could possibly be a good thing. But yeah, I do like the idea of it. Excuse me. Sorry. The air has been kind of dry, so it causes me to cough sometimes. Like the last couple of weeks or so, we've had, like, we went from all this rain. We had, like, all this rain, and then, like, all of a sudden, just, like, the rain vanished, and they're like, oh, have an early spring in January. And we're like, thanks. But I think some of the rain's supposed to be coming back. But, like, the weather has been dry as hell. And it's, like, every time I start talking, then, like, my throat's just like, how about I dry up while you're in the middle of talking and you start choking, as a treat, as a little bit of a treat, because why not? Anyways, I'm not gonna chat much more because I want to get to a Final Fantasy. Given my character's almost like level 20. Pretty close. So I want to continue from there. All sorts of stuff going on. Oh, I get a little dance. Oh, my dear. Oh, dear. My cask of ale is gone, and it had to be the one ordered by someone who doesn't brook tardiness. I would bring the matter to the Maelstrom or perhaps seek help from the Yellow Jackets, but my client would likely frown on involving anyone official. An adventurer such as yourself, though, would be capable of doing a little unofficial investigation. Will you find the stolen ale for me? It was right outside Fisherman's Bottom. Someone surely saw something. What's that? You would have the client's name? Oh, none of that. Discretion creates opportunities. Now go to Fisherman's Bottom and make your inquiries before the cold of mine grows worse. Bloody executioners. Alright. Speak with people. Okay. Like, do I need to, okay. After a cask? Well, can't rightly say it's your cask, but there was a big fella come by recently carrying one. He asked me if I had smoked Mackies, what would go down nice with ale. Tain't the only thing I know, neither. The louse wore black, and you know what that means. The bloody executioners. Did I see someone walk off with a cask of ale? Why, sure, it was during the afternoon offloading. Fella didn't look like a thief, though. Hoisted the cask and walked right on over to Astalicia. Can't go that way. Looking for Dodazan's cask of ale, eh? I'll help you. Dodazan ain't a bad sort of for a Swivin trader. There was a proper come asking after the cask. Wanted to know if it was ale, the poxy fool. Alright, we're on the boat. Looking for a cask of ale. Who's got the ale? Who's stealing the beer? They're all having a good time. What are you looking at? This is a dance duel. I dance duel. Much more important than anything you got. Much more. You may be able to scamper up the rigging to the crow's nest, but can you get down? Not for a siren's teat, you great clodhopper. Begging pardon, Captain, but there ain't no... I don't even know how to pronounce these. Miokote, alive heavier on her feet than a great Galutin Rughanian such as yourself. Well said, Captain, and well retorted, you bloody sunseeker. Or was you a moonmeat keeper? What other lands they got there? Bah, who even cares, am I right? Who are you anyway? There was a whole passel of you afore, but now there's only one. That's a miser's trick, it is. Nope, nothing worse than a miser. This Horson was, what was a madrigal or admiral, what was his name? He didn't like no drinking nor dancing. Bad for corals? Corals? Can't be right. Corals! Ha! Course you're right there, laddie. Shouldn't never doubt meself. Anyways, this madrigal, I'll call him Madrigal Pinchfist, passed decrees like they was farts. He decreed no dancing within a hand's reach of spirits. But no madrigal is smarter than a sailing man. We just stopped teaching with our hands altogether. Ha! We invented step dancing. That shoved Madrigal Pinchfist in his corals. I think they mean morals. Haha, that's right, fella. Gets me all fired up, too. Makes you think. Like, oh, I know. You want to dance? All this time, I just thought you was being churlish. But... No. I insist. Dance first, talk later. That's the way of it. That's what I say. Mikote? Okay. Just call me the Lord of the Dance. Why, you cagey sea fucks. Dance like sailing folk you do. Could swear there was 3 of you. Or was I just... Never mind. You're practically a brother now. You ask me anything. A cask of Dodazan's ale? Carried it off from fisherman's body my very own self, I did. Just call them castles if you want. Had to. Matter of fact, we had already drunk all we had aboard. Of course, Dodazan's getting paid for it someday. Don't make a difference if he frets a night or two, eh? Why, you reprobate horse, that's the tale of the task you lugged in? Uh-oh, is... Blackguards! You dare call yourself a bloody executioner? All hugger-mugger about that belongs to who? Dodazan has the cods not to mule about the colors we wear, and ye play him for a fool? I'm sorry, Captain. Wasn't thinking it through. Gots to fix that, I do. It's what they call a choral failing. Adventurer, I beg pardon for my man. I swear Limelin mistook him for an oyster and gave him grit for brains when she made him. Since you're already here, how about you square our account with Dodazan? Take this payment to him. We'd be much obliged. Money. You dance with us and all, so I'm trusting the guild won't inspire any moral failings in ye. That's some long keel on the Estelicia, if you take my meaning. Is he gonna get thrown overboard by himself? Pick him up by the scruff and just throw him overboard. Nope, some of them gotta do push-ups. Push-ups are something I need to work on myself. There you are, and not a moment too soon. Did you find my ale? I found you money. Huh, well, that's the price I was to receive, but where did you get it? Oh, from the from the clients themselves? I see. Yes, there's always some blustery young fellow like that. Hasn't earned his swallows or stars yet, I'll wager. Cod, you say? Captain Monoskaet is kind to say so, I'm sure, but I hail from Ulda. We trade with anyone if they've guild to pay. Pirates, princes, they're all the same to me. And if these particular pirates, and I do, they'll be wanting another cask soon to drink away this little fracas. Many thanks, adventurer. I can do a little dance. I can dance if I want to. That is a very large scythe she's carrying. Back for your meeting with the Admiral, are ye? personal bleeding envoy? So you'll be carrying the word of the Admiral herself to the leaders of the Alliance? Bugger me. I knew you was going up in the world, but I didn't realize got that bloody. I'm proud of you, lad. Thinking how far you've come. Why, 'tis enough to bring a tear to me eye. And that ain't the ale talking neither. Well, not just the ale, at any rate. Bless the navigator for steering me my way. Of course, this is only the start. Now you've got your hands on an airship pass. The role of Yorzia is laid out before ye like a fair maid on a feather bed. And she's a big girl too, with plenty of enticing nooks and crannies. Oh, we're getting in there. We are getting in there. Hi, son. If you think of Luminicians as characters, just wait till you cross paths with the grim forest dwellers of Gardania, or trade coins with the crafty merchants of Olda.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
You good? And then there's the wild places where the beasties rule and no bugger with any ounce of sense sets foot. But you're adventurous. I wouldn't let a little thing like that hold ye back. Of course, it ain't all exploring and excitement. It was after the Nooks and Crannies dialogue. There's an evil trouble is what plagues every nation, see? Tain't just ours. I'm talking intrigue and infighting. Beastmen and their goddamn primals, aye? There's an ugly side to life, and sooner or later, you're bound to walk into it. But I'll wager there's bugger all out there's as you can't handle. Someone tells me you're gonna be just fine. The realm's at it rough, 'tis true, but folks are begging to recover from the beating the calamity dealt with them. Call me an hopeless optimist, but it wouldn't take much to turn things around. 'Tis the perfect timing for a adventurer like yourself to get out there and make a difference. Well, what are you waiting for? Time for me to go on a airboat. Greetings, sir. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gardania. Wait, aren't you that famous adventurer? I thought I recognized you. You're an inspiration to us all, sir. Highwind Skyways is at your disposal. Will you be traveling with us today? Off I go! Attention all passengers! The airship bound for Gardania is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. Someone didn't have their tickets. Woman. Good fortune to ye! The day will come when your name means the same as arrow to the folks of this realm. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Uh-oh, doom music.
Oh, wait, by the way, I'm not punished. I'm glad he has been here. In fact, it is probably helping.
Is he a little salty about that? Perhaps. It's worse, Armored Sephiroth. Depravity. Clearly he hasn't. Uh-oh, we're gonna get in trouble for talking shit. Doesn't look like any Neuro I know. I was gonna say he's probably gonna get his guts. His guts are gonna become outsides. His internal organs are now external. No, I know this place well. I know this area all too well. Oh, you must be the envoy from Limsa Luminissa. Welcome to Gridania, sir. The Elder Seedseer awaits your arrival. Thanks. Greetings, good sir. You're the Lamentan envoy, are you not? I've received instructions to assist you. Pray make your way into the city proper and identify yourself to the conjurer at Nafika's altar. She will admit you to the lotus stand, where the Elder Seedseer awaits. I make no secret about my disinclination toward Gridanians, as you may know, but I just saw a rare sight that I would be remiss not to share with a fellow adventurer. Just over yonder, in the acorn orchard, I saw a comely maiden, new to these benighted parts. I'd wager dancing with a gaggle of younglings. 'Twas a dance I'd never seen before, and I've seen my fair share. Do they perhaps ready themselves for some fresh rite? After so much doom and gloom, I shouldn't mind a day of merrymaking. Ah, just the thought excites me. Would you see what it's all about? I am here for the merrymaking. We shall attune. We shall attune. We have attuned. Okay, that's like level 1. Yeah, that's the Carpenter's Guild. I'm good right now. A day of merrymaking? Is that all you adventurers think about? I am here to teach my dear fellow. From me, these younglings are to learn a most sacred, meaningful, and uniquely uplifting dance. Now, I realize full well that tradition may not hold much allure for the young, but I didn't think they would up and run away. The manner of disobedience is unprecedented. It's all the more surprising considering they obey the Timbermaster without demur. How demure. Very mindful. What I wouldn't give to know his secrets, and I must wait for my unruly charges. I wonder though, why don't you ask the man how he tamed them? Another great adventure come to play with saws? Apparently not. Speak your mind, child. So the younglings will not heed their dancing master, and I am to provide the solution? Master Edith seems able enough, but having no generosity towards herself, she has none for her charges. Give the younglings these on her behalf, and bid them to return to their lessons. Are they all in old Gridania? I want to poke the Moogles. So fluffy. Toon. Okay, I'm sure that's to join the Archers Guild, and you are level 1. Okay. With the striped pants, I feel like I'm ready for bed. The striped pants with this robe, I'm like, I look more ready for bed than anything. Level 3, and this is for the Lancer Guild. Oh yeah, the achievement guy. I should check what I can get. I haven't done that on my main character, and I really should. Guess I haven't gotten enough. Guess not. Level 1. Level 2. Okay. May as well grab this. We are attuned.
Scoop with both hands, then look left, up, right, down, or is it up, down, left, right? I wish she would let me take notes. Oh, why this is made of maple? It's unmistakable. Ha! Master Beaton would tell you the grain of it almost flows like syrup. Someday I'll be a timber master like him. He wants me to go back to Mr. Yida's class, doesn't he? He always tells us that if you can true a piece of wood, there's no excuse for not truing yourself. All right, I'm going.
So this is the Leatherworkers Guild, obviously. Why is that Marlboro in a dress? And where can I get me one?
But I don't want to be a dancer. Why can't we just play? I mean, I guess we could dance for fun, but I don't think Mistress Edith knows how. She's so uptight. Is this one of Master Beaton's toys? Does this mean there's no more if I go back to class? I'm on my way!
I think most of these quests are gonna be like low level, but never hurts to check. Yep. Yep. There we go. I am gonna grab the botanist one. Botanist is helpful. Let me join. Hello there, and welcome to the Botanist Guild. What brings you here today? Interested in becoming a botanist, are you? Then you've come to the right place. At our guild, you can study under some of the finest botanists in all the realm. An enticing proposition, is it not? So what say you? Would you like to add your name to our roll? Excellent. Now you're doubtless eager to dive headlong into the nearest shrubbery, but first a brief explanation on the origins of the Botanist Guild. Our guild boasts a long history. Its roots can be traced back some 500 years, to when our nation was still in its infancy. It was around that time when a precursor organization to our own was established to facilitate communion with the elementals. But I suspect you're already confused, not being forestborn. Let me put it in a way that your kind would understand. The 12's wood doesn't belong to a man, but all mighty beings known as elementals. It is by their leave that we Gridanians dwell here in the forest, and it is by their leave we receive its bounty. Ever since mankind settled in the 12's wood, it has been necessary for us to obtain the elementals' permission prior to taking aught from their domain. Historically, this was a rather involved process in that only a precious few could actually commune with them, specifically those conjurers blessed with the ability to hear the elementals, aptly known as hearers. In order to relay the elemental's will to the botanists in a more timely manner, a new organization was formed with a hearer as its mouth and ears. The organization would eventually evolve to become the Botanist Guild. To this day, the guild employs the services of a hearer who offers guidance to our members. Yet this is no longer our organization's sole concern. We also seek to promulgate correct harvesting practices, that is, practices which honor the will of the elementals. And that, my friend, is the story of how our guild came to be. I trust you have a newfound appreciation for the work we do. Now, with all this talk of elementals and communing, mayhaps you're wondering whether you're fit to join us. Well, you may cast such doubts aside. You don't need to have been raised as a good little forest-born boy to be a botanist, nor do you need to know the secret of forest-born salute. You just need a healthy respect for nature and the will to learn. If you honestly believe you possess these things, it would be my pleasure to recommend you to our guildmaster. Please wait a moment while I see to the formalities. Speak to me again when you are ready to begin the enrollment procedures. Ready to enroll in the Botanist Guild, I take it? Yes. Music to my ears. It will be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Fufucha. Our guildmaster's knowledge of nature is second to none. One need only witness her uncanny knack for spotting the finest timber to see that hers is truly God's given talent. It is for this reason that she holds the title of First Botanist. Oh, but you need not be overawed, for she is the kindest of souls. You will see the guildmaster just outside the building. Seek her out and impress upon her your desire to become a botanist. Yo, it's time to spot wood. Those are some large pumpkins.
I'm Fufucha, the master of this guild. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I take it that Leontiel has given you the overview of botany already? Well then I suppose I had better continue where he left off. All Gridanians may rightly claim to share a close relationship with nature, but none is so intimate as that of the botanist. It is our calling to nurture the natural environment of the mutual benefit of man and wood.
Thanks, you made it yourself.
But even as nature holds us in her loving embrace, providing for our every need, she is at heart an unsentimental creature, one that will take life just as readily as she gives it. Being a botanist means coming face to face with this uncomfortable truth on a regular basis. Knowing this, do you still wish to walk our path? The look in your eyes bespeaks the passion in your heart. Very well, I bid you welcome to the Botanist Guild. To help you on your way, I present you with this hatchet. Take it up and then present yourself to me again. I will assign you your first task as a botanist of the guild.
Thanks.
But we're not doing that yet.
We should have a day where we just work on trade skills. Trade skill day! Yay!
I ran off because it's boring. All Mistress Edith says is how we're doing it wrong.
But I give you treats?
Hey, that's one of Master Beaton's. If this is supposed to be a bribe, then you've got yourself a deal, adventuring man.
Off with you then. Damn it, I don't want the kid to call me a twink, thanks. We don't need that. You are the Lomanisian envoy. Begging your pardon, sir, but might I inspect the missive you bear? Verily, this is the seal of the Admiral of Limsa Lomanissa. Please come with me. A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartanu. To think that 5 years have already come and gone. It seems like only yesterday that the Garlean Empire attempted to seize all that we hold dear. Rising in resistance, the city-states of Eorzea formed the Grand Companies and joined hands in alliance. But unbeknownst to us, the Garleans sought not to best us in battle, but moved instead to enact a terrible plot, the Meteor Project, by which the lesser moon, Dolamod, would be torn down from the heavens to annihilate all life below. In a desperate bid to save the realm from certain destruction, our forces marched for the Cartanu Flats, and there met the Vilth Imperial Legion. Actually, was that? Never mind. More bloody a battle I had ever seen, and would never wish to see again. Yet the carnage was but a prelude to the atrocities which followed. For despite our best efforts, Dolamod continued its descent, and from it emerged the Elder Primal Bahamut, who proceeded to rain fire upon Eorzea. Okay, it's the at first I was like, wait, is that Roman numerals? Yeah, it is. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed in the blinking of an eye, while our own forces fared little better. That any among us were spared defies explanation. All seemed sure to perish. As the flames converged upon us, I prepared myself for death, only for a brilliant light to envelop me, relieving me of my senses. When I last awoke, Bahamut was gone, and the land which had but moments before been aflame now seemed to me a place unknown, not simply ruined, but changed. Archon Luis may well have been able to shed light upon these mysteries, but he, like so many, never returned from Cartanu. And so we were left with countless questions and no prospect of an answer. Yet much matters did not long occupy our thoughts, for we had far graver concerns. The calamity as the devastation wrought by Bahamut has come to be known, laid our nations nigh to waste, and to this day we struggle to rebuild our lives and homes.
To compound matters, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, while the Empire encroaches upon our borders. Consolidating its foothold in Eorzea, the outlook in short is bleak. In the wake of the calamity, it has been all each nation could do to nurse its own wounds. Yet if we are to weather the coming storm, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may well present an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of unity which first gave rise to the Alliance. I wholeheartedly approve of the Admiral's proposal. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. You have done for the people of Eorzea fine service this day, and I would not put you into further trouble. I shall see that my reply reaches the Admiral anon. You, meanwhile, are bound next for Ul'dah, are you not? Please send the Flame General my regards. Ah, and if you would be so kind, I should appreciate if you would inform him that a pet of mine has been ill-behaved of late. My wolf, to be precise. Needless to say, he must be brought to heel, and I would very much welcome the General's counsel on how this might be achieved. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safe to Ul'dah and beyond. Dance lesson time! Well, I don't know what sorcery you worked, but the younglings are back, and I do believe we've reached an accommodation. 'Twould seem I was stricter than I imagined, and loosening up a bit has made a great difference. This dance is for the Feast of the Harvest, to give thanks to Nofika and the Elementals. There must be no aggression to this dance, lest the matron be angered. It is very, very important. I do realize I hadn't made the best first impression, having you fetch my students for me. To make it up to you, will you let me show you the dance? Think of it as a kind of peace offering.
Do I get the clogs with it? Everybody nod. Why, you are a born dancer, dear sir. I should learn dancer class just for that. And so say we... I was wondering if that guy was like... It's just like watching. Comes a sailor from the sea to show the laddies how it's done. And so say we... Swings his axe and says remember. Shiver, shiver me timbers. And so say we... Oh gods no, Master Beaton, what have you done? You've brought a weapon to the sacred dance? The matron forgive us, we are surely doomed! Master Beaton, you scared her off. We were having fun. Timber Master Beaton, wasn't that a sailor's song? How do you know it? Never mind how I know. More to the point, what could have troubled Mistress Edith so?
You did. She said you're supposed to be peaceful, or the elementals will be upset. And you know how uptight she gets.
The course of relationships never does run smooth, child. You will all discover this in time. I thought this kid was gonna kick him in the shin. Alright. We're moving on to the next city. Greetings, sir. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Ulda. Oh, are you not Pyro Bloodstorm, the Luminescent envoy? On behalf of all at Highwind Skyways, may I say what an honor it is to serve you. We will be flying with us today. Sorry. Do I get first class? Do I get the nice little hot towel? Onto the gangplank. Yo, somebody's having a pizza roleplay. They're running a pizza restaurant. I'm down with that.
Ah, you must be the envoy from Limsa Luminensa. Welcome to Ulda, sir. The Flame General awaits your arrival.
I'm down with the pizza party. Can I get a number 5 large? We'll order my dad's pizza. Welcome to Ulda, sir. We have been expecting you. Flame General Ralbon will receive you in the fragrant chamber. Please take the lift down to Hustings Strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. I think he said Hustings Strip. Alright. There we go. Knock, knock. Luminance and Envoy, I presume. Would you be so good as to allow me to inspect the missive you bear, sir? My thanks. Ah yes, the Admiral's seal. Please proceed. Well, that's a rather large insult. Sir, I just walked in. Do we need to be, like, throwing insults like that? Don't gotta hurt my feelings. No. Cartanu. I remember bloody Cartanu. Do you know what happened that day, Adventure? When we took the field against the Garleans? So my counterparts have educated you. Connie's pet is giving her trouble, is it? Well, she should already know my mind on that subject. Wolves are beyond taming. 'Tis but a matter of time before they bare their teeth. So it was the Garleans 50 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use magic tech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by then Legatus Solov Zosgalvis, they swiftly brought the other nations of Ilsabard to heel. And so the Legatus became an emperor and his republican empire. An empire which then set its sights upon Eorzea. But the conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing, and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders, and their commander, Legatus Gaius van Balsar, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear he would fall like so many others before us. And not only Ulda, but Gridania and Limpsa Lominensa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes. Never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm divided, Adventure. Ha ha ha. Kinda like the name of the vanilla game, almost. An alliance in name only. I know it's a realm reborn. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garlean stir and the Elder Seedseer would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire. Even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more. That much is clear. And if we're to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Merlib will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people that their brothers and sisters fought and died for. Scribble, scribble. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with her grace myself. Very good, sir. The Admiral will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer.
I get a little boat.
Yeah, I'm level 20. I might as well go get my next class quest. Alright. My Lord Envoy, I trust your stay in the Sultanate has been pleasant. Now, if you do not mind my asking, do you perchance have plans to visit Limsa Lominensa in the near future? If so, I have information that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which time I became acquainted with Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench. Well, the man sent word just now that he has a job for a capable adventurer. I can think of none with better credentials than you. Baderon would doubtlessly be pleased were you to offer him your services. I am familiar with the man, yes. I am a little bit familiar with him. Why do you ask? Alright. Ah, so this is Alchemist Guild. Okay, level 2. We'll deal with that later. Let's check other things around this area. I need stairs up. I need uppies. Where this goes down. Oh, there we go. Let's get our bearings straight around here. You didn't realize your sub ran out. Yeah, when you start seeing ads... When you start seeing ads, it means your sub ran out. Unfortunately. What have you done? Your kind has no business to even look at a lady such as I. Such shocking, unbelievable insolence, and now look. Look at how my gill is scattered across the ground. Pick it up right this instant. No. Fuck off. Okay, this is Gladiator Guild. Goldsmiths. Okay, that's Miners Guild. I want to get to the Weavers Guild. Eventually I will have this map memorized. Today is not the day. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the wellspring of Oldon fashion. From humble thread, our peerless artisans weave wonders, dreams in fabric form. We are renowned as Eorzea's finest purveyors of quality textiles and as her foremost arbiters of style. Needless to say, such renown was not won without effort. Ours is a tremendously demanding profession, you see, but also a highly rewarding one. It is little wonder that so many adventurers have set their hearts upon joining us. Might you be one of them? Ah, I thought as much. Then I'm sure you're eager to learn all about our illustrious history. As I am sure you know, Thanalin can be a perilous place, its vast deserts being wont to punish the unprepared, while a menagerie of ferocious beasts stalk the sands, and so ever since man first set foot in this region, he has favored light-flowing fabrics that shield him from the sun's rays, while allowing his skin to breathe. Of course, Oldens have ever been a people of taste, and demand for more extravagant designs spurred innovation, revolving in textile goods whose appeal extended far beyond our borders. Merchants had little trouble selling olden fabrics in foreign markets, so great was their reputation for beauty and quality. And when traders from those same markets sought to peddle their lesser products in Thanalin, well, it gave us little cause for concern. Sunsilk Tapestries is synonymous with the textile trade in Olda, you see. Those who come from here hoping to peddle cheap rags swiftly learn the price of doing business in our territory. Wiser men and women with an interest in our trade choose instead to join the guild, which the company generously operates for the betterment of Oldan society. We offer our members the tools and techniques needed to become successful, and should they prove themselves especially skilled, they may even be offered direct employment as Sunsilk weavers. Just imagine, adventurer, your designs could one day dictate the course of Olden fashion. If you desire such fame and influence, then you might be granted a place with us, provided that you are willing to embrace hard work. To ensure candidates can endure the rigors of our profession, our guildmaster has taken it upon himself to evaluate each one personally. When you are ready to submit yourself to his rigorous scrutiny, say the word. Are you ready to meet the guildmaster? First impressions are everything, and you do not want to present yourself poorly. Excellent. Though I do wonder if your attire is appropriate for the occasion. You'll find the esteemed Rodolent Rose supervising guild operations over yonder. He is, how shall I put this? He is relentless in his pursuit of excellence. So long as you demonstrate that you are similarly committed, he will treat you fairly and with respect. What do we have here? Another adventurer in search of thrills and excitement? Shall I dance you a merry jig? No? Well, if this fails to please you, I suggest that you run along. Perhaps the women of the Ruby Road Exchange will be more up to your liking. Oh, so you mean to become a weaver? Then we have something to discuss after all. I shall be blunt. Weaving is an art, and like all true artists, we must make sacrifice and suffer for our craft. So tell me, adventurer, are you prepared to suffer? I mean, I sew as a hobby on occasion, so yes, I have suffered. So you say, but only time will tell. In any case, you'll need equipment to get started. This needle shall suffice for now. I need not explain what a needle is, I trust. Good. Then hold it as you would when sewing and show me when you're ready to begin. Weaving. This character is always a tailor, so weaving is only appropriate. Okay, I see. There we go. Tiny chocobo person. Do be careful with those. Break anything and I shall be forced to deduct it from your salary. Beg pardon? What is my loyal manservant carrying? Why, a not so small fortune in prizes ably won by yours truly in the gold saucer. You have heard of the gold saucer, nay? Ye gads, man, you might at least try to keep up with the times. It's only the Sultanate's newest and finest piece of entertainment. Throw to the sight of majestic birds rowing down the straits at the chocobo races. Pit your wits against your peers in the triple triad tables. At the gold saucer, one can do all this and more. And if you know what you're about, you'll walk out a wealthier man than you entered. If there's a better place to shake off one's cares after a grueling day of promenading, I've never heard of it. Yo, let's go gambling. Did I mention that the female attendants are particularly easy on the eye? Wink, wink. Ah, but I dare say you'd rather discover them for yourself. Yes, I'll wager you're wondering just how, in Thal's good name, you can experience the wonders of the gold saucer firsthand. Am I right? Or am I right? Ha! I thought as much. Well, since this has been my lucky day, I don't see why it shouldn't be yours too. I just so happen to have a spare golden airship ticket, you see. Consider it a gift from one eligible young man about town to another. Thanks. You show that ticket to the lovely girl in the uniform over at the landing, and you'll have a seat on the next airship bound for revelry and riches. Be fairly warned, though. You may expect no mercy from me should our paths cross at the triple triad tables. Nay, not so much as an ounce. Yeah. That's quite a pose there. Yo, she was like wearing Squall's outfit. He's protecting something. I'm not used to this city being more empty. Because on my main server, it's always full of people. Okay, this is the, like... I'm gonna be a fighter. Just getting my ducks in a row. Okay, this is for... okay. No, I'm good. Alright. I can just return to Limsa Luminensa. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. Sit wherever you like, mate. I'll be with ye and well, if it ain't one and only Pyro Bloodstorm. I was told a distinguished venturer might be reporting for duty. Fancy that venturer being you, eh? Was I gone that long? Just so you're fairly warned, though this ain't no job for the faint of heart, and you're liable to get downright bleeding airy. But if you think you're still interested, let me know and I'll fill you in on the details. Okay, oh, it's the same thing. Alright, got the Phoenix down. I thank you for taking the time out to help me out. Now, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word as it's some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of the Satasha Seagrot, and I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of Aleport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But since that nasty business over in Swift Perch, folk have been a bit uneasy. Well, I say a bit. 'Tis all they can do, not soil themselves every time the bloody floorboards creak. If you would permit me, Master Paradin, I should be happy to elaborate. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellowjacket himself. To what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Raynor? Come to make sure me patrons are behaving, or are you thirsty? Neither, in fact. I came to welcome Pyro back to Limsa Lomaninsa. It is well you have returned. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Aleport, in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Satasha Seagrot included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of corals had taken up residence in the caves, nothing to concern us in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Satasha again. But with the Sahagan testing our defenses daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus, I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Yes. Then it is settled. Satasha is located in western Lanesia. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Melpa. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You heard the man. Good luck to you, lad. We all know how it feels to have had one too many. That's why I'll not fault our patrons for much of what goes on at our tables. But it is too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave. It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later ranting and raving as if their drunken heedlessness were somehow my fault. Take this impressive-looking journal right here. As oft-used as it seems to be, I've no doubt its owner is tearing up the town searching for its prized possession. A stranger he was, a swarthy Rogadan who enjoyed his drink, seemed to be getting on well with one of our regulars, Quentinane. Perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache. I'd offer you a free drink, but last time I did that, Baderon docked my wages. You're either a brave man or a fool, friend, to be wandering the streets of Limsa tonight. What, with the slasher of Fisherman's Bottom on the loose? You've not heard? There's a madman about. Why, it said he brandishes blades so long and sharp that they could gut a whale. No one's seen any blood yet, but that hasn't stopped the rumors from sending shivers up spines in every alehouse in town. That you're still standing before me tells me you don't scare as easily as the rest.
Perhaps you could assist with the investigation. To start with, you might want to look into that scream I just heard outside. Ugh. Have I seen who? Look, just because I spend more nights at the wench than in my own home doesn't mean I'm mates with every sod who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute. That bloody book! Why didn't you say so sooner? This tight-arse bastard drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was headed for Aleport. Aye? Where else, the scurvy sop? Nemia willin', he's still stranded at the ferry docks, though gods know it won't help me get me Gil back. Does sound like a problem. What are you waiting for? That's him! The slasher! Apprehend him, toss him in the gall, and throw away the key, or gut him and feed his lifeless body to the sharks for all I care. Just do something! Woe is me! Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons I saved every gil of my husband's hard-earned wage, foregoing new shoes, a new purse, sometimes even food for our children, all in anticipation for this day. What's so special about today, you ask? Why, this day marks the arrival of a world-renowned esthetician in Limsa. My endless patience and self-control were to be rewarded with a hair-raising transformation that would have every fashion-conscious Lemonosian hooing and hawing in admiration. Instead, I find myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you going to do something about this? Go ahead, have your way with him.
Excuse me? She's telling me to.
I doubt he has anything to say for himself.
This man? Okay. She said to have my way with him. Oh, the ignominy of it all. Of course you take her side. For shame! Is there not one sympathetic ear in this entire nation? An artiste of my renown should be welcomed with open arms and a 21 cannon salute. Instead, I am branded a criminal. The tools of my trade, nay, the extensions of my very soul, ripped unceremoniously from my person like barnacles from the side of a frigate. I will not last long in my weakened state. No, even as we speak, the world around me grows dim. With my dying breaths, I speak unto you the names, 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has gone so frightfully wrong. Forge Master Hinanza of Naldic and Vimeles, Guildmaster Beaton of the I gotta go around town again. Grandanian Carpenters Guild, and Severin of the Alchemist Guild in Olda. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, seek them out and tell them Gendelaine sent you. When my soul is restored and my name rightfully cleared of all of Limsa, nay, the entire realm, I will sing your praises. For I, Gendelaine, am none other than Ace. Hey, Taylus and Rinji. Gendelaine sent you? Let me guess. The barmy fool's lost his tools. Pardon me, the appendages of his very soul again, and his thrashing and tossing like the end of days is 9. Thank you for lurking, son. The man brings it on himself. He has toned down the theatrics and went about his work like an earnest craftsman. I dare say he'd save himself these misunderstandings. Now, I've not a whit of sympathy for the fool. You, however, may have my pity, indeed, for having to play audience to his winging. Anyway, this should shut him up for a while. Tell him that if he loses these, I'll graft the next pair into his bloody hands. Well, he certainly has his theatrics. Alright, okay, we're gonna go find... I think they said... Alchemist, okay. Alchemist Guild. You've come on behalf of Jandalin. Why, I just furnished him with a fresh batch of my special creations last week. I realize the man's services are in demand, but it would be physically impossible for him to exhaust the entire supply so soon. Stolen, you say? An unfortunate turn of events, indeed, if not entirely unexpected. You see, the man is something of a genius. A genius is often misunderstood by modest minds. Trust me, as I speak from extensive personal experience. Yes, great minds must band together in trying times, lest the realm be deprived of our talents, and so, I command you, deliver this parcel to Jandalin with all speed. Okay, then we gotta go to, Gridania. Thankfully, that's Carpenter's Guild is not that far. Someone having a little concert. A message from Jandalin, you say? So he's lost another one. Does the man not understand that wood doesn't simply grow on Earth? Actually, it does. At least in a manner of speaking. But the fact remains that resources are in short supply. For all his flowery words, if his tools are truly an extension of his very being, one would think he'd find a way to hold on to them for more than a fortnight or two. Jandalin skills are not to be doubted, but his temperament leaves much to be desired. Still, it is not my place to judge. Take this to him, and let us both hope that he will right his ways. Alright, we got 10 seconds on my return, so we're gonna wait. We'll take a little sippy in the meantime. There we go. Should also grab my next class quest while we're at it. While we are here. Okay, we got some new stuffs. Greetings. Hi, Linty. In case such doubts fill your mind, you should know that I am ever willing to lend an ear if you find your thoughts troubled. At the very least, I would have you know this, because it seems that Keelie does not. The Forester has been missing since this morning. There have been other times when she has disappeared without a word, but we have always been able to find her. Alas, that is not the case this day. Were the Guildmaster here, he would deduce her whereabouts with nary a moment's concentration. I find myself beginning to wonder if those who devote themselves overmuch to Arcanum are more prone to bouts of wanderlust. But while I might wish to ponder further such oddities of character, we must needs organize a search party. Would you be so kind as to make inquiries in Hawker's Alley? It is not uncommon for Keelie's wanderings to take a path through the markets. You speak Amikote, agent of Malvin's Gate? Why, yes, I have seen her. Spoke with her, in fact. She was, however, apprehended by the Yellow Jackets. The assessor was drilling me for details about a Kirin smuggling ring based in Ailport, but then the soldiers arrived and took her away. If you wish to know her fate, then I suggest you speak with Ginade of the Coral Tower. Well, that sounds like a problem. I'm gonna kill you. What did I do? Hi, Mara. What did I do? No, I'm just Keelie. Okay, hi. I was gonna say, who did I piss off now? Hi, Rhyme. Mara's always pissed off. What do you mean? I mean, yeah. That much is true. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, friend, I beg of you, retrieve from me the tools of my trade, for I am none other than Jandaline, the... Could this be? Yes, I can feel it. The light returns to my eyes. Power courses through my fingers. I live! Oh, it's this man. Oh, this zesty man. And as I live, this unspeakable embodiment of ugliness must die. Begone, foul demon! And so I ask, how do you feel? Damn, he's striking a JoJo pose? How do you feel, madam?
Why, it's as if, in but a single magnificent moment, I travel beyond the void and return to life as the embodiment of all that is beautiful in this world. Could it be? Yes, it must! How else to explain such power? You are the one whose coming was foretold. Yes, you are the esthetician.
In the flesh, madam, I am Jandaline, crafter of coiffures, so divine that Mefina herself doth begrudge my clientele their beauty. But let us speak of you, madam. for where a moment ago stood a fashion challenge frump, now there stands a beauty reborn. No, you don't need to come after me with those scissors. And you are the one I must thank for reviving my soul, that I might once again bestow my gifts on a realm bereft of beauty, a kindness I intend to repay in full. Do you fear that your own hairstyle is becoming passé? Fear the specter, the ugliness threatening to consume you? Fear not, friend, for it shall not survive my wrath. I like my hair the way it is. Thanks. As the madam before you, as this very realm we call home, from an abyss of unfathomable drabness, you shall rise anew. Your ears just fucking come off. My clients have been known to make reservations moons, even years in advance. But you shall know such troubles. For proving a staunch ally to good taste, when all others turn a blind eye, I gladly place myself at your beck and call. Yes, the next time you find yourself plagued by aesthetic ennui, you need only ring the crystal bell from the comfort of any inn room at which you have taken up lodgings. Gentlemen shall hasten to the scene. Yes, in a flash, the dreary, uninspired life you have hitherto, none shall end. You shall travel to the realm beyond and return to us as a beauty reborn. I give you this as a token of the trust between us. Treasure it, for it is the key to a world of aesthetic wonders ordinary men shall never know.
Oh, Master Channeling, do come back. I have not made my next appointment.
Well, I suppose I can get my hair done now. Alright, so we're going to... It's probably pirates. Alright, lower area. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I've had him visit my inn on the other server. Because I couldn't remember what it was for. And I was like, what is this? And all of a sudden this very zesty man walks into my inn room and I'm like, hello? Can I help you? He comes into your room to get. He certainly was giving me room service. If you have business with me, be quick about it. My fairy and my next great adventure await. I got a book for you. My journal? Why, I thought I'd lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Did you steal a glance at its pages, perchance? No? A shame that. For this book contains, how might I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite the inspiring read, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did. You've the air of an adventurer about you, if one still untested. But take heart. Even the most accomplished adventurer, and I speak from personal experience, was once a whelp with more dreams than sense. Were there only some way for me to repay you, or... Oh, but of course, I have a fresh journal right here that might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own, that one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds. And with that, I shall be off for adventure. And a flagon or 20 of the realm's finest ale calls me. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself at the wench, do thank that Elizin fellow for his generosity. I'm sure they appreciated that. You're here about Commodore Raynor's investigation? Then you'll want to board a ferry bound for Aleport. Once you arrive in western Lanusia, though, you best pay a visit to the Hall of Novice before you blunder into Satasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folks there will prepare you, train you with the skills you'll need to face the dangers and undoubtedly waiting for you in the Sea Grot. The hall is on the way to Satasha, just north of Aleport. Head inside and one of their seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. Do I have to? No matter what they've told you, be ready for pirates. There's never any shortage of the bastards. This is Limsa Lomaninsa we're talking about. He's like the rogue, right? There's not behind these covenant doors for a worldly type like you, Gov. We're the dutiful sisters of Edelweiss, and pure and saintly like, now bugger off. Oh, hang about. I thought you was just simple errand lad, but now I've had a proper look at you're a pyro, ain't ye? Yeah. Heh, I knew it. You like to snilch all the risen talent, and from what I hear, you're head and shoulders above the rest. If you can handle yourself half as well as they say, you might as well be of use to us. Forget all about the Sisters of Edelweiss bullocks. That's just a bit of fun to fob off the curious culls. We're a guild of rogues, mate, and it's mainly our marks, as does the preying. Me and my work of the shadows of Limsec taking a keen edge to the rooks and cacklers would have earned themselves a million. We don't tout for members, but every now and again we might offer a promising young cove a place in the ranks. If you've an interest in joining us, tip us your daddles and we'll put a hilt in each one, just like the gods intended. So what do you say? Fancy learning a new trade? Not right now. Not for you, eh? Suit yourself. Me and me Chase sisters will pray for your immortal soul and so on. Oh yeah, they're totally a church. Uh-huh. Wink. Wink, wink. since the incident. Do we need to ask what incident?
Forsair Keelie? Yes, we brought her in for questioning regarding the reappearance of the pirate Dazmaga. A member of the Arcanist Guild, are you? Then I see no reason to conceal the nature of our discourse. Perhaps you're already aware of this, but the Forsair was once held captive by that rabid sea dog. Hi, Cotty. Few pirates sink into such depths of depravity as that! I'm naked. Where are my markings? They're there. Few pirates sink to such depths of depravity as Dazmaga. It has been 6 years now since he was exiled from Limsa Lomaninsa for engaging in the worst kind of black market trading. And now the villain has returned. He is, however, both cunning and cautious and continues to evade our troops. Thus we hope to borrow the knowledge of Forsair Keelie, whose experience has given her an intimate familiarity with the way the scoundrels operate. No, I just was missing my markings. It's fine. It's fine. I was just a little naked. At least that was our intent. After weathering a barrage of questions from the assessor, we found ourselves instead providing the details of our search. Should you wish to speak with Forsair Keelie, I imagine she has already returned safely to your guild.
Okay, so they said she's back. Possibly. Back already? You were led to believe she had returned here. I am afraid not. So the Yellowjackets told you something of her history with Dazmaga, did they? Perhaps it would be best if I told you the entire tale. Dazmaga's banishment was the result of a surprise inspection that revealed his involvement in an underground slave trade. The assessor that stepped aboard the pirate's merchant ship spoke of finding dozens of unwashed unfortunates crammed into a squalid hold. Among these prisoners was a young Mikote destined for some black market auction block. Though Keelie was initially too terrified to even speak, the guildmaster brought her out of her fearful daze with the gift of an initiate's grimoire. Yes, the self-same tome that she has carried her entire career. Of course. Did you not mention that Keelia's grimoire was thrown into the sea? There are rumors that a Kikiran merchant of ill repute has retrieved the black market goods the crew of the Morningstar heaved into the ocean. Even now he gloats over his salt-encrusted catch in Aleport. It is entirely possible that the Forsair's most prized possession was caught in the Kikiran salvage net. I've no doubt now that the Keelie has reached the same conclusion. To Aleport with you! That is where you will find our wayward assessor. Okay, so we gotta go all the way over there. We'll save the gold saucer ticket for like the end of the night. In like 30 minutes or so. Alright, the ferry bound for Aleport, are you riding with us? Yeah. Ahoy, adventurer! My tub sails soon, and I have to have me a little something for the journey. The dust bats are flying. Think yourself lightsome enough to bring me 5 wings? 4 won't do, and 6 is no good, mind ye. Welcome, you are to keep any surfeits. As long as you know what to do with them, you'll bring me the wings? Sure. The fog really rolled in all of a sudden. Person up there.
Yes. Combat Pattern 256 should serve to cover all expected contingencies. You never know when you'll have to nullify a thaumaturge or 2. My retrieval strategy is complete. It is good to see you. Good of you to come. I was unable to calculate for certain if you were to piece together my movements in time. Very little is certain when so many variables are involved. But there is good news. The prisoner here was kind enough to confirm that the trader who salvaged the Morningstar's jettisoned cargo did indeed retrieve a tome matching the description of my last grimoire. Luminescent law and the policies of Malaven's Gate would support the confiscation of goods connected to an official inspection, but alas, my personal belongings do not fall under that definition. Thus, I intend to launch an unofficial offensive against the Black Marketeer and his cronies. The peddler has already departed for Candlekeep Quay. It is time I gathered to me such allies as I possess, and I count you as one of them. Despite the nature of this endeavor, Mistress Thermogym has offered me her cooperation. If you would pray join her in Ocean's embrace, that is where we shall ambush this disreputable Kikirin. It's not a very safe place to stand. Just saying. Hark, enemy in the sky! Pull yourself together, privateer! You've been trained for this, even if the only action you've seen has been street fights, tavern brawls, and fisticuffs over who cheated at checkers. First things first, I must ready the cannon. Now to walk myself through the steps. Right. Make certain you're with succor, for arming a cannon is no swift matter. So far, so good. I'll just get Camille, that girl, always nowhere to be found when she's needed. Fine. Sarge always said to improvise. You, over there, adventurer, Limsa Lemoninsa has need of your service. Slow down the enemy while I arm the cannon. I'll be ready ere the 5th carcass is cold. I promise you. Hi, Bun Bun.
I'll reappear eventually. There we go. Ah! I need uppies. There we go. Does this crab have a little helmet on? Okay, I should say it's a big helmet, but look at how cute he is. I like him. I like him a lot. Okay, the fact that his name is Dark Helmet, like from Spaceballs. Keep firing, assholes! I'm gonna eat more raisins. Oh, she's breaking the rocks. She's working hard. I love him though. He's a big hermit crab. I want to hug him. I want him as a pet. These guys, not so much. Finally getting somewhere. I've been running around for the last couple hours. I definitely need some pants that don't make me look like I'm ready for bed. Oh, EP time. Oh, good night.
Ready to fire. I keep my promises, adventurer, and you keep your skills well honed, I see. A moment, I just received a dispatch. What? They weren't attacking Airport? Well, that's... What, we're not important enough? They were just babies? Well, you'd have to be duller than a box of hair to fly at a cannon position, times being what they are. I suppose all's well as it ends well. But I must admit, I was looking forward to putting my training to real use. I didn't join the Maelstrom to break up brawls, you know, and now I shall have to clean the cannon.
Oh hey, I can get some tights instead.
Well, I made a right mess of things the other day. Commander Falbreda said she'd dock my pay if I pulled something like that again. At least I didn't get tossed in the brig like Kamel. I have been very chary since you can be certain of that. I've little enough coin as it is to pay purse to slake my thirst with, but this time there's a real attack on Airport and off I go to arm the cannon. Save Airport from those bloodbaths on 4 legs and we'll see what the commander has to say about my pay then. Adventurer, for Airport and glory, slow down the horde. I'm certain to be ready for the time you slaughter 5.
Those tiny things? Alright. She's making mountains out of molehills, it seems. Enjoy your docked pay. Well, let's see what she says this time.
Well, slayed, or do I mean slain? I shall need to know these things if I'm to be an officer. I've got the powder and ball loaded and prime. Now for the slow match. Hark! A dispatch! Stand down, forthwith! Not again. But surely these adamantoids are clear and present. Hedgemalls? You're certain? Well, but that's like an adamantoid, except, weak and not at all dangerous. Why, oh why? Perhaps I have been cursed by some enemy. Not very likely for a mere storm private, second class or no. Now the commander will dock my pay and leave my whistle dry as dust. my good man. It is called Aleport. I've spent a deal of time admiring the undersides of many a tavern table. I can tell you that. What? It could be that my humors are out of balance from a surfeit of ale, and thus I see it now. There is excess blood which has overfed my martial zeal. Your learned ways have shown me the light. Much thanks. I go now to receive a leeching.
She's gonna fix them humors, I guess. To the leech dealers. Oh, she's got more. She's got more. Alright, I got matching tights for my robe.
Greetings. Will you deliver this in my stead to Camp Skull Valley? It's my report to Commander Falkbreda. I was as plain-spoken as I could be, and I was going to report in person, but for some reason, I've barely the strength to visit the barber for leechings, let alone make the trip to Skull Valley.
How was your leech session? Feeling a little anemic, are you?
I don't suppose I'd be spared a dock and pay, but don't think they'd clap me in the brig, do you?
Thank you for the glasses. Ahoy there! Keep your voice down. Nobody's business but ours, isn't it? You got what I asked for? Here's your bat wings. Them's the ones, and that as pretty a job as I've seen. Know your way around a battle, eh? Well, that's just fine. Thank ye. Why, we sailors can be a superstitious lot, you know? Some of the crew might look at me odd like for carrying bat parts, but when the wind's done died and the water casts are dry, it's odd one day, overboard the next. What? No superstitions about that. The Dusker's been my luck since I was a boy. Survived more than 2 weeks once on 3 bats I caught. Trapped at the top of an abandoned watchtower. Even ate a wing off one before I made up my mind to climb down the wall. The journey will be sailing past the Isles of Umbra, and I can feel the sea honing those reefs. The lights at Faros Sirius burn dim since the calamity, and I've always found it a mite too much like that old watchtower for comfort. I ain't been that affrighted a boy for a long time. Ill-used, starved, and more than half mad, inching down that sandstone wall on handholds no bigger than a fingertip. But I'll have me 5 bat wings on every journey, just the same as that boy had. Yes. I'll take the better gloves. Oh boy, I got my oven mitts again. Ahoy! It clean slipped my mind the last time, but I've another thing to ask of ye. My bearings are lively on the water, but on land, well, I'm what you landlubbers call at sea. Got a letter that needs delivering, and you're the man for it. I went ashore on some rock on the voyage in, and a faded petticoat comes up to me, says she's got a daughter in Camp Skull Valley that she hasn't seen in years. Had tears in her eyes. Pretty eyes, too, for a woman past her children years. She must have been a real beauty in her day. Always had a soft spot for tawny eyes. Mayhap because the sea is a green-eyed virago and the skies, her sisters, have eyes blue and red, gray and black. Well, this daughter of hers goes by Wilswe. You'll take the letter to her? Apparently yes. Opening your... Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jackets sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of the Satasha Seagrot. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions. And you shall need the training we here at the Hall of the Novice can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedules. Speak with him and you can register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. Hi. When you have mastered all that our master can have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of Satasha Seagrot, and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. Do I have to? I guess I do. Oh wait, I don't. Okay. I have a good idea. I'm not unknown of how to do group stuff. I've done it plenty of times already. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship seen slipping through the Isles of Umbra? We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable equality have been seen passing in and out of Satasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback fancy serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue face tattoos. Does sound like a problem. Alright. Okay, dungeon. I understand what I must do. Yes. I will do it with NPCs. Because I'm DPS, it'll probably take me 20 minutes to find a party. Oh, you did NPC? Yes, I did. I'm deeps, therefore I am not an obligation. Okay, for some reason I couldn't find... Okay, there's the break. I'm sure you can, it's just a matter of when everybody's, you know, available at that time. A bloody memo. You find a blood-stained scrap of parchment with a message scrawled upon it in faded ink. The captain likes his seas blue. Breaking my CC here. Just like real players. Giant clam. Get the clam. I actually haven't done this one yet. At least not that I remember if I've done it before. Maybe I'll have to look at my achievements. Get the clam! Hermit crabs! Oops. I'm gonna get this group killed with my tab targeting. Ooh, I see treasure. What do we got in the chest? Some water. Okay, so I see... Okay, so the captain likes his seas blue. Here's something in the distance. Inconspicuous switch. Good enough. We've got some fancy necklace. Do we press the switch again? Yep. Alright, is that an upgrade? Nope. Nap time. Hey, Twitchmon. And nothing over there. Nothing over here. I guess we're going towards the next bus, I'm assuming. Looks that way. They're gonna go for a nap. If I can. Okay, those two guys can go for a nap. Magicking's going well. We just got a level. Sounds like a... Yeah, I was gonna say, that sounds like something a leather wearer would wear. Not for magic casters. Unfortunately. That kind of hurt. You asked your girlfriend what women call going commando, and she did not disappoint. I'm glad to hear that. Your girlfriend called it loose coochie. You know what? I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. How are you doing, Violet? And hi, Mystery Mist. Alright, so we got 3 different ways. Oh, I can think of many. I can think of many. But this isn't that type of channel. Door is locked tight. Okay. Oh, we got a key. You tried a Ouija board once, nothing happened. Did you have other people participating? I think I got ha 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 ha. I see what you did there. Okay, so we got the captain's quarters right there. We got access to the hole. Into the hole. I'm gonna get the key to the hole. Open the door. Everybody out of the hole. Acolyte's half gloves. And oh. Put those on. Our very first green. Okay, so we don't have a key to the Wave Rider's gate, but we do have a key to the captain's quarters. Open the door. There's the key. Open the door. We've been at our limit break. Oh, we got the captain. That was quite the limit break. Oh, we got some scurvy dogs. Anything over here? Nothing in here. Oh, he ran off. think we're almost to the end of the dungeon. Perhaps we won't go to the Golden Saucer tonight. We'll go next time. Anything of interest over here? Doesn't look that way. Clear everything out though. Might swap some buttons around. Unnatural ripples. Aha, what are these unnatural ripples? I think we're at the final boss. Psh, you sully our spawning grounds, Landwalker. They're unnatural, I guess. Yeah, seems that way. Oh, I see these unnatural ripples. I see. He brings friends. I think we won. Oh, good night. Ooh, summon Emerald. And we got new pants. We not only got new gloves, we got new pants. and something I don't think I can use. Yeah, I think that's a... Oh, it's an answer thing. Yeah, Alkali outfit's pretty good. Nice! Alright, we're gonna get to a sanctuary. Should be over here. We are at a sanctuary, and it is time to say good night. It is that time of the night. Yes. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight. As always, I greatly appreciate it. If you are new to my channel, hello and welcome. I stream generally throughout the week. I'm not sure if I will be back on Monday because we've got Mako's birthday coming up, and I think we might do something on Monday. So, depending on the time, I might not be home. So, yes, but if for surely we'll be back on Tuesday. So yes, look forward to that. But you can check out my schedule. I post it on my social medias and my Discord, and I post a new schedule every Sunday. So yeah, check it out. And yeah, so we're gonna go raid out. We're gonna go say hello to somebody. Let's see. I think we're gonna go say hi to Ceratosis. She rated us not too long ago, so I want to repay the favor.
Another chance? I'll make the most of it.
Yes, nice.
That's what
Good
happens when I
shot.
can keep my speed up. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Anyways, have a good night, everybody. Let's give Ceratosis our love. I will see you either Monday. If not, I will see you on Tuesday. But for now, bye-bye for now.